Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, February 25. Phase 1 of the newly proposed foreign exchange trading platform by the Bank of Jamaica BOJ is expected to be rolled out by March 31. This was disclosed by Deputy Governor Natalie Haynes during the bank's quarterly media briefing on Thursday.
That first phase basically involves what we call the order market, where there are matching of trades, bids and offers for dealers in the foreign exchange market. And by dealers, I mean the banks and the cambios. In addition, the large corporate entities, the users of foreign exchange, as well as the suppliers of foreign exchange, will be registered on the platform to view the bids. So that's where the transparency comes in.
The new platform will be the second to be introduced by the BOJ since the start of the 2020 calendar year. In January, the bank rolled out the foreign exchange swap arrangement. Under this arrangement, the BOJ sells US dollars to dealers at an agreed spot rate, defined as the current midday rate plus a spread, based on the duration of the contract agreed on by the parties. It also facilitates an agreement between the parties to repurchase the same amount of US dollars at an agreed forward rate. Meanwhile, it's being reported that government's operations over the first 9 months of the 2019-2020 fiscal year generated primary and fiscal surpluses of approximately $136.7 billion. This is recorded in the 2020-2021 fiscal policy paper. The primary surplus exceeded the target budget of nearly $94 billion by 6.5%. Meanwhile, the fiscal surplus far exceeded the projected $2 billion by $21 billion. The document indicates that both outturns reflect strong overall combined performance of revenues and grants. These were up by more than $14.6 billion, which exceeded the lower than programmed government expenditure that was down $12 billion. According to the policy paper, the main driver behind the revenue buoyancy was tax revenues. That went up by $10.9 billion. Receipts for April to December 2019 totaled $414.7 billion, 2.7% over budget and 6.7% more than the corresponding period in the previous fiscal year. The Ministry of Education says it will be utilizing counseling and other interventions to address social challenges affecting the sector. Minister with Oversight for Education Carl Samuda gave the assurance during Jamaica Day activities at the Denby High School in Clarendon last Friday. The minister's pledge comes in the wake of increased incidents of violence in schools.
The challenges that confront some of our students in this regard can be overcome if they are properly guided. This will only come with the establishment of a relationship through our guidance counselors and our experienced personnel who understand the socio-economic issues of the country. This is not a phenomenon that is peculiar to any one school. This is a Jamaican problem.
Minister Samuda says the intervention is being done to support data which suggests that a significant number of children have encountered some level of trauma within their households. He adds that counseling must be utilized to guide children who display antisocial behavior while asserting that the use of corporal punishment will not be an option. Meanwhile, the minister affirms that despite the various challenges arising, the education system is operating very well and that many schools are operating at highly efficient levels. Still on education, the ministry will complete renovation to its headquarters at Heroes Circle and subdivisions at Caenwood Centre in the new financial year starting April 1. $70 million has been allocated in the ministry's 2020-2021 estimates of expenditure to carry out the project. Works will include renovations to bathroom facilities at both locations. $8.5 billion will be spent in the new financial year to, among other things, equip and modernize the Social Security Division of the Ministry of Labour. The expenditure is part of the Jamaica Social Protection Program. It includes the implementation of a client management information system and completing an impact evaluation of the parenting pilot project. The program seeks to strengthen capacity and improve quality and access to social services provided by the ministry. It specifically supports human capital development for vulnerable families that are beneficiaries of the Program of Advancement through Health and Education, PATH. And finally, as of September 2020, the Ministry of Culture will be offering a dance scholarship in the name of the late Barrington Moncrief to a student of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. The scholarship will be in the amount of $250,000 per year. It will be available to a student of the School of Dance who has completed the first year of a degree program with a grade point average of at least 3.0. The news was revealed by Culture Minister Olivia Grange during a recent memorial service at the Little Theatre for the late former dancer, teacher, and artistic director of the National Dance Theatre Company, NDTC. Barrington Moncrief passed away at age 78 on Friday, January 17, following a long battle with cancer. He gave 55 years of unbroken service to the NDTC. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.